Good morning, folks. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's strong enough to resurrect a dead fuel pump. The stories are real, the wrenches never stop turning, and I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you from the Car Connection workshop, where the smell of fresh oil, a little elbow grease, is all part of a balanced breakfast. And around here, we don't just talk cars, we live them. Whether it's a 25-year-old Jeep Wrangler getting a second chance at life, or a Nissan Rogue getting its brakes back in order, or even a mystery leak that's got everyone scratching their heads, this is where we roll up our sleeves and get it done with a little wit, a little wisdom, and a whole lot of fun. The Car Connection isn't just about nuts, bolts, and diagnostics. It's about connection. Connection to our vehicles and to the people who drive them, and to the community that keeps our Niagara rolling. Because when you fix a car, you're not just turning a wrench. You're restoring someone's confidence, their freedom, and maybe even their sanity. We're here every week, Monday through Saturday, helping you to keep your ride safe, reliable, and ready for whatever road lies ahead. So whether you're a weekend wrencher, a daily commuter, or someone who just wants to understand what that strange rattle really means, welcome aboard. Stick around for shop talk, expert advice, few good laughs, and maybe even a flashback service-based story. They happen without warning. You ever get that where you go, whoa, why was I thinking about that? Yeah, exactly. There we go. I had to do a little mute there for a minute. I don't think you wanted to hear that. The allergies and funguses and everything that's out there is just giving me the gears, even though I've got my herbals going. It just happens to get in there. I didn't think you would like to hear that and go, what's he doing? What the heck was that? Yeah, I saved you from that. So get your morning beverage ready. If you're in the queue to the drive-thru, it's Fun Friday. That's right. I do have some talking points, some things that I've been monitoring and thought, we should throw the fodder on the table and have a look at it and get some points to ponder. Well, in Canada, it is Civic Holiday weekend. I can't speak for anybody in like Peru or, Belgium, where they make great chocolates and, yogurt and stuff like that. Anyhow, and biscottis in Italy. I'm still waiting for a shipment of biscottis. Yeah, Tony Miele, our certified financial planning professional, he said he had an in with the chef there, and he could get that to happen. But these things take time. So good morning. Welcome to the Car Connection Motormouth Morning Drive. Thank you for joining us. If this is your very first time, it's Fun Friday today. That means I still have 5 things to share with you. It's where we just talk about stuff that's automotive related. I mean, if you got a kitchen appliance that's not working, that's why we make hammers, okay? So, just get the hammer out. I find this works. You just get the hammer out and you lay it next to the appliance, and all of a sudden it just starts working. You don't have to say anything. You just lay it down and walk away for a few minutes, and when you come back, hit the button, it starts working. I can't speak for your device, but it works for my own. I just say, I'm going to the hammer drawer now, and all of a sudden, things start working. If it were only that easy with our automobiles, right? Well, let's get right into it this morning. In just a few seconds here, we'll do our morning beverage. So if you're in the drive-thru, it's Friday. People are getting into the long weekend mode, so your order could be a possibility. It could be a possibility. Something's missing. Something's gone awry. Like yesterday, I went through the drive-thru and I thought, one of my favorite cups of coffee is I have 3 of them. It depends on where I am. If I really need a fix, I'm jonesing for a coffee, I either go into McDonald's. I like the McCafe. It agrees with me. And I like, if you can find it, we have one in Stevensville. Yes, we do. Donut Diner coffee. I enjoy very much. And on the road, if I'm, heading out of town big time, like east or northwest, country style coffee. Yes, I really enjoyed that when I was working at Peterbilt of Ontario, working on the big riggers. Went from working for Mack Trucks of Canada over to Peterbilt, and I was like, wow, these things are like limousines, man. Holy smokes. But there was a country style just down the street from the dealership, which was cool. And I got started on that. Country style coffee was good. But anyways, we're thinking about Car Connection has to have its own coffee brand that we really, really like. So we're looking at that. If you want to support our program, Skippy made me put together a donation page for you. It's actually a link. She said, now you, Motormouth, listen to me. You have to make sure everybody knows that they can help us by buying you a coffee. Okay. And put it in all the descriptions on the videos in the podcast. Okay. So I did. It's called, it's all set up, it's all legal, and it's safe because they even have all our business banking and everything. So everything is cool. So you can donate without issue. It's called buymeacoffee.com/Motormouth Nile, Nile. So that's buymeacoffee.com/Motormouth Nile. That's exactly how you roll that out. And then any size of gift that you can send is very much appreciated. So Skippy's talking about Car Connection needs to have its own coffee brand. Well, I like Kicking Horse coffee. I have for a long time. I found it and discovered it in Bancroft, of all places. Bancroft, Ontario, Canada. So I won't bore you with that. But what's it called? The Three Sisters and the 454 horsepower are the two that I like. Very much so. But then there's another one. There's a fly in the ointment. The ultimate coffee that I like above and beyond all of those. You ready for it? Machu Picchu. I can't remember how I discovered that, but it was like, like the Holy Grail. And I could hear it as I'm sipping on it. Yeah. I discovered that in Bancroft as well. That's right. It was at a little cafe and antique shop. And the young fellow said to me, I said, I'm jonesing for coffee, buddy. Can you help me out? He goes, what do you like? I said, I like, it's got to have a bite, but it's got to be mild enough that it's smooth as a Wolverine's purr. I got just what you need. And he goes, here, try this. And was like, what on earth is that? I have to know what that is. It's Machu Picchu. So there you go. That's coffee for this morning. Raise your beverage. That's how it works in the Car Connection workshop. Let's have a swiggy together this morning and say thank you to one of our program partners for making this podcast possible. Our certified financial planning professionals, Tony Miele and Larry Tetro, have over 50 years experience, folks, with IG Wealth Management, one of the major corporations in the world, managing trillions of dollars for people. They can take care of us. The fellas, these guys, I've known them over 20 years. They are my brothers from other mothers. They are certified financial planning professionals. So get your questions answered by either Tony Miele or Larry Tetro. Get that hour and a coffee in that discovery meeting. And folks, let's get your questions answered by those who have the fruit on the tree, right? We have to really stop being interrupted, our thoughts interrupted by noise, white noise. I hear it every day, and I'll hear it somewhere, and I just start laughing. And the reason I start laughing is because when you're doing your own research and you actually get facts, and you just go, that what that person just said is so far from the truth. I can't help them. And that's what I do. I don't get into conversations. I don't try to convince somebody, because a man convinced against his will is of his own opinion still. That's how I live. And I'll tell you, when you learn that and learn to use what you have one of less and two of more, you will gain peace of mind. So when I hear the white noise, I just laugh, and it can come out of any person's mouth, anywhere. Something blurps on the radio or whatever, and I just start laughing because I know it's so far from the truth. I can't believe people are that gullible to believe it. And second of all, if you were writing an exam tomorrow, you're going to fail because that's not the right answer. If you think that's the answer, and all my teachers and professors would say, don't take everything at face value. Go and check it for yourself. Because if the question is on the exam and you're following somebody else who's not correct, you're going to fail my exam. And he would remind us of that all the time. And boy, oh boy, does that ever apply to automotive. Because there's so many brainiacs out there that got a screwdriver, pair of vice grips, and a crescent wrench, and maybe a pair of slip handle pliers, and they can take on the world on a roll of duct tape and a jar of dippity-doo and a ball of string. Yeah, and they're brainiacs. They should be working for NASA, but it's okay. I let them believe that. So on 3, 2, 1, you ready? I bought you a bit of time there in case you're stuck in the drive-thru. It could be backed up today. It's Friday. It's a long weekend. By noon today, it'll be chaos on the roadways. So please, please, please be careful out there, all right? Keep an eye. Yesterday, I had a close caller. Very close. In fact, it was so close as I watched this. I'll share that on Monday, the story, because it's just so freaking bizarre. I'm watching this unfold in a major intersection, and I'm right at the nose of this, sitting behind the white line, waiting for the light to go green. I'm going home, and I'm going, this is not going to turn out good. And it was a 2-inch difference between calling the wrecker to come and get my truck and its components that were torn clean off. So yeah, stick around. I'll share that story with you on Monday. So be careful out there. I don't know where people's heads are, but they're definitely not looking out the windshield, if you know what I mean. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, let's have our beverage this morning. Oh yeah, that should take care of some business, some cortisol things. Darn cortisols can make you look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Be careful. Everything in moderation this weekend. It is a civil, long weekend in Canada. So drive safe if you're heading out on a vacation destination. This is the beginning of your time away. First 2 weeks of July, last 2 weeks of August. Those are the two. That's prime time. So if you're heading out now to get in before prime time, get some time away, some white space. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that this year. I'm just trying to figure it out mentally how I could keep the schedule all completely going and not turn everything upside down, sideways. And yeah, most of us have been there at some point. Sometimes, you know what, going away and coming back to all kinds of emails to answer, it's chaotic. Like the first week back is like, why did I even think about that? Because this is not fun. Anyhow, thank you again to Tony Miele, Larry Teachow. I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. These guys have been so good to me. helping me through some very dark, difficult rows to hoe, if you know what I'm saying. So whether you got questions about an investment portfolio, you're drowning in debt, and you feel like, you know what, there's no hope, please, please, please don't lose hope. And don't just go listening to people, because that's how I ended up twice in the Grand Canyon on the trail of death. Exactly, financial death. Was listening to stupid people who claimed they knew stuff. And it turned out they were stupid people and they didn't know anything. But there's people out there, they mean well, but smile and pretend you know they're talking a different language and you understand them. That smile. And nod your head. That always works really good. Up and down, not right and left. Up and down. Smile, nod, and get the heck out of there. So get that hour and a coffee. You can talk to them about investments. Again, if you've got GICs at the bank at 3.99, you are getting so ripped off, friends. The banks are making profits that are disgusting and giving you pittance. Pittance. You don't need to do that. There are other ways to get your money working hard for you, so while you're sleeping, you wake up in the morning and you have more. Yes, that's how it works. That's how it's supposed to work. That ain't never going to work with the bank. Yeah, and I can say that. They have their place in the world, and I know where it is, thanks to Tony and Larry. So please don't give up on your debt load. I know exactly how that feels. I am wrestling some myself that we gathered up, and things not going well during the COVID carnival, which seems to be coming back to life, where things are being exposed and brought to the light. And I think that's a very good thing, because things went really, really quiet for a while. But there's people that should be reminded that those times made them a lot of money. So we'll have to watch and see how that pans out for them. Anyways, estate planning, that's making sure that you are the medical, I got the Canadian term now, the medical power of attorney over any 18-year-olds living under your roof. You need to make sure that's in place. Honestly, folks, estate planning should not be done by oneself, and you need to make sure you get it done right. It prevents families from being ripped apart because of money and things. And mortgages, life insurance, critical illness insurance, but most of all, get that hour and a coffee done. It's Fun Friday. I don't want to get into the darkness here, but get it done. And ladies, if he won't do it, you do it. Leave your wallets at home. Book that hour and discover meeting with Tony Miele and Larry Teacher, and let's get you fixed up, okay? Let's get some positivity from those who know the rules of the road. These guys, CFPs, are not advisors. Advisors are apprentices. CFPs are the real deal. They're fiduciaries. They understand tax laws. They can help you prepare proper budgeting in your home. What's coming in? What's going out? How much money is needed to run the car each month? How much is the car payment and the interest? They work all those things out for you. So you don't need to suffer. You just need to, you know what? Suck it up, buttercup. Sit before those who have the answers. Lay the honesty cards on the table, nothing less, and watch what happens. I've seen it myself. I've experienced it myself, and I'm digging out of the hole myself right now. So when I say there's no money in the coffers, yeah, there's just enough with no error. So you know what that means? That's the house of cards. And when you get dealt the house of cards, friends, it's not comfortable, but it means you got to suck it up, buttercup, and do what they tell you. And I remember sitting with Larry Tetro and Tony Miele at the boardroom, and they're telling me, you've been dealt the house of cards. It's not pretty. It's not going to taste good. But you have to know this, Motormouth. One card shifts. The whole thing changes. You will never have a a good financial outlook till like age 71. And at that time, I was in my early 40s. Yeah. So we're talking 30 years of not good financials. So that's why I say get that hour and a coffee, stop listening to the white noise, and look for the signal because it's right in front of your face. Let's look at let's see what we got for weather today. I know that there is some, I was watching the weather reports in the Northwest. They have heat warnings big time. It's like 103 up there. Crazy numbers. So they have heat alerts in the Northwest. So if you're heading northwest, you're not going to be having any overnight campfires or anything, period, because they are on a fire watch hardcore. 83 degrees is where we're going to hit today, so make sure you're watered before you dehydrate. That's the key. Don't start chug-a-lugging after you're dehydrated. And keep an eye on the elderly and those who are shut-ins, and making sure that they're drinking enough H2O, enough water. So get the water in your pie hole before you dehydrate. And some things to watch out for on that is nausea, extreme fatigue, headaches. The person looks really, really red, like lobster. Yeah, not with butter, just lobster. So there's like 10 different things. So you can Google that and keep an eye on people. Make sure you have lots of water ahead of time in the car, on your walk or bike ride, whatever it may be. So today, right now, we have a balmy 62 degrees. I just closed the bay door, opened the fans early this morning at 4 a.m. to circulate some cool air in off the lake and clean the stale air overnight out of the shop. It smells much better right now, I got to tell you that. Yeah, this morning at 4:10, it was like, ew, what is that? It was worse than a gym locker. 62 degrees now, and we're going to have full sunny conditions today. We'll continue all day. Today's temperature range in the Niagara region, south shores of Lake Erie, from 62 to 83 degrees. Going to feel more like 61 to 85 degrees. And let's say thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Earl Grant, Mama Louise, and her car enthusiast, Earl, are great assets to you and me and Car Connection and our YouTube channel and our podcasts, because they are part of the backbone of helping us to do what we do. They've been a part of Car Connection for almost a decade, and it is so good to have a place we can go to and experience an amazing vehicle purchase. Low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. In-house leasing and financing. Mama Louise is not going to allow you to go out the door car broke without a little, have a seat. We need to have a chat. But you're in the driver's seat. It's your ultimate decision. But if she thinks you're getting in too deep, Mama Louise is going to just very, very quietly and lovingly just pull you aside and go, maybe not right now, but later. Let's find you something that is going to help you to get where you want to go. So low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. That's Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store, City Auto Sales and Leasing. And they have a large inventory in-house and outside on their lot. If they don't have what you're looking for, here's where it's really good. Earl's the car guy. They have the resources. If what you're looking for is out there and it's worth bringing home, he'll find it. But if it's not, he'll say, we need to sit and wait a little bit for something much better to come in. They're not going to just drag something in to sell it to you. It's beyond that. These guys go way beyond what you'll find anywhere else. They're looking out for you. So you haven't had a great car buying experience till you've been to City Auto Sales and you meet Mr. and Mrs. Earl Grant, Mama Louise and Earl. All right, let's jump into our conversation this morning. Remember, everything and all episodes and project details and links are available at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. Short form is ccbusnet.com. You'll find everything on the homepage of our website. If you'd like to follow the build and repair work we are doing each and every day, teaching you the 5 things, what it is, where it is, how it works, how you broke it, and how we can prevent you from having to spend money on breaking things only because you don't understand how it works. So that's our YouTube channel. You get to see what I'm working on. You get to follow along the experience and go, oh, that's how that works. Oh, that's how that breaks. I do that. Oops, oopsie, my bad. That's the things you're going to learn. So no matter what age group, size, dimension, culture, color, language, it doesn't matter. Our YouTube channel, keep the YouTube videos around 15 minutes. So we're very conscientious, Skippy and I, about your time. We would much rather create a mini series where it's only 15-minute blurps and you can watch them at your leisure. But make sure you're subscribed because we need you to help the algorithms understand you're watching the videos, you're enjoying the videos. Like, share, follow, invite some car enthusiasts to come along and be part of the Motormouth community. But most of all, we need you to subscribe because when you do, that tells the algorithms you're enjoying the videos, and then they push our videos out to bigger audiences so we can reach and help more people, more and more people. The podcast here now is reaching 10 countries, so thank you for all of you who are part of the community. Keep spreading the news. We're on all the platforms, Spotify, Amazon, Podbean, you name it. Apple, we're there. Wherever you're pulling your podcast from, we're on that channel. Just type in the search box, Car Connection Workshop, and you'll find us. Thank you to Kathy, Dave, and Dan Grimo. Next Generation, actually, I was by their place twice yesterday. Yep, got some cool stuff coming up on our YouTube channel. We're wrapping up a series on the 1997 Jeep TJ Wrangler Rescue. If you haven't been following that, he's kind of been tucked away for a bit, but he's gone up to my friend Jesse's Fab Shop in Waynfleet. They're going to do a couple things that we can't do here and take good care of us. And then when it comes back, we'll be wrapping up. That vehicle will officially be ready for the road, and that is a rescue from the crusher. And then we're going to work to give you the cost of what it took to take something that was heading for the crusher, drag it back to the shop, go through it, do all the electricals, mechanicals, all just basic maintenance, and put it back out on the road. So we're going to open that to a contest so that you guys and gals can guess what did it cost to put that thing back on the road. Even my own friends are going, you've spent a bundle of money on that. I go, really? Like, how do you know this? Well, you're always working on it. I said, that's part of the videos. You know, we're working, doing this, doing that, fixing this, overhauling this, making this work. Yeah, you're going to be shocked and awed. So some fun stuff coming up for you. And thank you to Kathy, Dave, and Dan Grimo at Niagara Block, 5000 Montrose Road. I passed a couple of their trucks like twice yesterday, hauling the big stuff, the blocks, hauling the blocks out. They're on Montrose Road, and I was on Montrose Road yesterday in Niagara Falls twice, and renting a car hauler and then taking it back because I had to load the 97 Jeep TJ Wrangler onto the trailer, lock it down, get it up to Jesse's shop, unload it, take the trailer back, and do all that in and under 6 hours. Yeah, it was a lot of driving. So Thank goodness when it comes to building stuff, Niagara Block's been building Canada since 1931. So if you're looking to put together an addition on your home, you're going to need some blocks, you're going to need some gravel, you're going to need some steel, some rebar. They have all that for you. And if you're looking to beautify your home, create a special walkway or a sitting space or an outdoor living space, well, you're in the right place. They have all the hardscape landscaping materials and, designer stone, all that stuff. Beautiful stones, decorative this and that and the other thing, and everything you can imagine, they have it. So check in with Niagara Block, and Kathy Grimo has a list, according to her husband, David, of contractors you can trust to estimate, design, create, build, and get it done for you. Those kinds of guys that get it done. So thank you to Niagara Block for making this possible today. Let's jump into our Fun Friday. Remember, today is Friday. Questions got to be in by noon for Saturday's Q&A, questions and answer period. It takes me an hour to do that. You can see why, because I yak. It's called talk radio. Just saying. Yeah, I need them by noon today, because once I get off the microphone this morning from you guys, then I will be putting together Saturday morning's program to have some fun with you and unpack 3 questions. So get your questions in, motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com or Niall@ccbusnet.com. You go, holy smokes, that's talking way too fast. I didn't get that down. Go to any one of our YouTube videos or any one of our podcasts on our YouTube channel, because all our podcasts populate every single day up to our YouTube channel. So you have almost 600 items now available to you to peruse on our YouTube channel, teaching you all the basic fundamentals of vehicle ownership. Mileage doesn't matter, folks. Maintenance does. So stop listening to the talking heads and the white noise and look for the signal. I'm giving it to you. Mileage does not matter, has not mattered, has never mattered. It's maintenance. Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. On everything we are, from who we are as a human being to where we live, things around the home, things in the kitchen to help make food and stuff. Everything needs maintenance. And the car. Absolutely. So this morning, what I wanted to unpack for you, and remember, there's merch available. All the links are at the top right-hand corner of our homepage. That's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, StevensvilleOnTheWeb.ca. Click on the businesses tab, and we're listed under automotive expert. So you'll see reels, bloopers, outtakes on those 3 community platforms that we have. You won't see those videos anywhere else except there. And our merch store is there. All proceeds go to Total Freedom Addiction Campuses, Canada and USA, where a new life is created every single day. So stand with us, grab some gear, wear it, send us a selfie. Maybe you're going to be the first one on our profile page entitled, what were we going to call that? I think we called it the Wall of Fame. The Car Connection Wall of Fame. So get some gear. Know you're helping that next person to break free from their addiction. And stand with us. And let's make that happen, because together we can also change a life. Well, here's your 5 things for today for Fun Friday, episode 231. This is where we're at. And I've been watching this unfold since 1992 as we watched vehicles transforming from internal combustion engines, ICE engines with carburetors on them. And you might go, carburetors? What the stink is a carburetor? You'll have to Google that. Probably the best way to understand it. Or watch me on our YouTube channel. I think it's in the first 100 videos. I was rebuilding some carburetors and replacing a carburetor on restoration. Yeah, that's a headache car. Let me tell you. That has been the toughest project car I have ever done in my life. And the only reason being is somebody else did stuff before I got it. And I've had to redo every stinking thing. And just as I think I've got it conquered, there's another pile of stuff that has to be done. So if you're out there looking for a muscle car, you know what? It's better that you buy it in its original state. Nobody's touched it. Nobody's taken it apart. That's the safe bet. Somebody who's been had at it already, that's a bit of a hacker. Never again, let me tell you. Never again. I will not do that ever, ever, ever again. It's just been a horrendous, stressful project. And it ain't over yet. Everything that I fixed I thought was good already has come undone. So, anyways. Number one. Since 1992, we have wanted it all. It's true. If only, here's what I would hear. If only our vehicles could talk to us. That was a lot of conversation. Then I probably wouldn't have this problem, right? I go, well, I don't know. We don't have cars that talk to us yet. So it's a matter of more maintenance. Staying on top of the maintenance is, the basic problem. We don't need computerization to tell us that. But here we are today. Back then, we were wanting it all and more. Number two, plus more times more equals more. So now we have our vehicles that can email us when it has a problem and show us the problem, do a scan of its own digitals and fault code settings and everything else, and send us a report through Bluetooth saying, hey, I'm okay, dude. You can relax today. Go ahead. Have that espresso. You'll be just fine. So we've wanted it all, and now we've got it all, plus more. And number three, total distraction. I get to drive a lot of different vehicles, and I'm going to tell you this. There's some when I climb in, there's so much going on, I hate it. I totally do not like it. This thing is making different colors and flashing, and there's just my eyes are like left, right, center, left, right, center. What is this thing trying to tell me? Like the other week, I had my friend John's ML, what year was that? 2015, I think, or 2013 Mercedes ML 350. Now, that's a 13-year-old car. And I'll tell you what, it's got so much going on inside it, I would just run away. I just go, you know what? This is too busy for me. What the heck does this knob do? Where do you put this key fob thing? You know what? I'm looking around. I can't find where it goes. And then the dash lights up and goes, oh, hi. Press the brake pedal and the push start button to start the car. Going, okay. Guess we don't need the fob other than have it with you, because I couldn't find anywhere where you insert it in the dash. I guess we don't have that anymore. And all the bells and whistles in there, I'm going, this is not for me. The distraction, it's all to me. It's nothing but distraction while you're driving. You know, at least if you're in an airplane and you got a gajillion buttons and gizmos and gadgets, you know, you're not going to crash into anybody. Hopefully not. You know, that you're up there 42,000 feet or whatever, 35, and the pilot's in there and he's got gauges all the way to the ceiling and all the way to the men's bathroom that he's keeping an eye on. Man, I don't know how they do it. But our vehicles, some of these vehicles are so busy, I can't stand it. I don't know how. There's no way that I would touch that with a 10-foot pole. So number three is distractions. The distractions are incredible. I can't for the life of me understand how you could stay focused on what's going on around you, in front of you, with all these idiots out there, the way they drive. After yesterday's thing that I experienced was like, I closed my eyes. That's how bad it got. I'm just going to wait for the crunch. I didn't brace myself. I'm just relaxed. so I don't break anything. And I'm waiting because I'm going, this is coming. This is coming for me right now. It is not good, not good. La, 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 la. Have you ever done that? And I close my eyes because I just like, this is over. The whole front corner of the truck is going to be on the roadway here in a minute. And people are distracted from their driving. And it's not a good thing. It absolutely is not a good thing, folks. You need to focus on what's ahead of you, what's going on behind you, beside you, not what's on the dash, what's, the big screen saying, and you're watching a movie and up in the cockpit of the car while you're driving. Like, good golly. It's a wonder we don't have 1,000 car pileups. Number 4 brings me to this. Complicated. Complicated comes with costs, friends. So all that digitalis stuff, that's going to cost you money. Because here's what I know. Unless you're buying a high-end vehicle, you're getting the cheapest, nastiest electronics that the car manufacturers can buy. Where have we seen all the electronic problems all these years? The domestic car manufacturers. They buy the cheapest, nastiest electronics known to mankind, and they put it in their vehicles. Fact check me on that. Go ahead. Because you know what? We're at pretty close to 400,000 after yesterday's driving on the Toyota FJ Cruiser, and it's a simple machine. Simple machine. And I can tell you this. Out of all the Toyotas I've owned, which is probably close to 50, never had problems with power windows, power seats, radios, all the electronics. Why? Because they make really great electronics. They do. Every single domestic car I've owned, blower motor, bad air conditioning, power windows, power door locks, power trunks, radios, crap. And ECMs, crap. Yeah, bad solder joints. We saw that right through the 90s, all the way into the early 2000s. Bad solder joints on their ECMs. Yeah. And complications, tried to diagnose because intermittent issues. As a vehicle warms up, what would happen is the cracks in the solder joints would open up and create drivability issues. Car's cold, overnight, runs perfect, everything's fine, everything's working, but as a vehicle warms up, things go south quickly. So complicated, vehicles have gotten complicated, and so have the costs. So with all the distraction stuff that you want and love, all the digitalis in the cars and the screens and all that stuff comes with a cost that's humongous in additional labor. And number 5, with all the digitals and computerization in our vehicles today, you're giving up your privacy because Big Brother is watching. In the next series of cars that's coming out, your privacy is going to be completely all over the interwebs because your conversations, your facial expressions, things that go on inside the vehicle is going to be recorded, what you're looking at on the screen, and your privacy is going to be 100% out there for the whole world to see. And in fact, it's already been happening, and one of the car manufacturers has been blown in, and they're denying it, but it's true. They've already been testing the system for a number of years now and selling your personal information online. Sound familiar? Facebook. Sound familiar? Meta. Sound familiar? So now it's going to be in the vehicles. So it's coming. It's already on its way, friends. So wait till you see the car show in February of 2027. You'll see what I mean, because it's coming. And the Chinese vehicles coming in to Canada, It's already there, friends. Your privacy is going to be all over the planet. So, yes, you can have it all and then some, but it's coming with what I feel, two things. A very, very expensive cost out of your pocket and an extremely expensive privacy cost. Yeah. Just remember, we have hate speech, right? So when you're in your car and you're making the payments and they're listening and they're watching and it's coming. So I want to finish off with this. Is my Friday conclusion to this conversation is simplify. Simplify reduces costs. Less to maintain, less to break down, less to complicate the fix and repairs, which drives labor costs in the service bays way out of control because you want it all. And now you're getting it and then some, and you're not going to be able to fix it. So why do they want to know all that you're talking about and in your vehicle? Because we spend time in our vehicles. This is the way Big Brother is watching. And we used to laugh at those shows, right? Big Brother's watching and all these reality shows. Well, your vehicle is going to be a reality show where we heard you say this in your vehicle, and we're here to take you to a what for, how to session. They will also be able to shut your vehicle off if you've been naughty and said something that you shouldn't have said. So if you think this is a white signal, white noise, you need to do your homework, because I've been doing mine for probably the last 5 years, and even on electric vehicles. And I'll tell you, none of you really know what's going on with the electric cars. None of you, because you're listening to the white noise. It's going to take me quite a while to do that programming, and I have clients from the past that go, when you air that, you have to tell me. I'm still figuring out how I can air it and not get myself into any trouble. So, yeah, I don't want to do that at all. But none of you have any idea, any clue about what you're driving, the electric cars. You have no idea because they haven't been telling you. That's why. And you haven't done your homework. That's the other reason why. You know, it's so important to look for the signal, not the noise. So less of these things will uncomplicate your vehicle. And here's what's going on. There is a paradigm shift beginning right now with the younger generation. And I'm proud to say, way to go, you guys and gals. You see it. You see what I see. And have been watching it. I've been watching it for a long time. And now it's here. So it doesn't surprise me. So having all the electronics and all the distractions, two things. The accident rates go up. Your insurance goes up. Labor costs to fix all that stuff is out of control. It's kind of come down to this with automobiles. High tech versus low tech. I would say that I'm in pretty good standing with low tech vehicles in my driveway and in the shop right now. The Rocket's in there, the 99 Honda DX hatchback, 5-speed. It blows cold enough air to hang beef in there right now. So it's low tech, analog, no digital display. Everything works. You can have radio, you can have MP3, whatever you want, but no digitals. All analog. Everything's analog, including the ignition. It's analog. Yeah, simple to fix, simple to gain access, easy to buy parts, and the parts are cheap, inexpensive, as compared to high-tech vehicles like my friend John, who has the ML350 Blue Tech diesel. That is a money-sucking pig. That's what that is. Huge. There's nothing cheap. Nothing. So less is more. Less is less stress, less costs to fix it. The digital era versus analog is going to be, I'm going to predict, the next paradigm shift, where my prediction is analog is going to return full circle, and we're going to, as they say, history always does what? Repeats itself. And some of the younger generation are looking at all this stuff and going, I don't want it. I want a simple life. I don't need a computer on my wrist. I like just a basic wristwatch with 3 hands on it. The hour and the minute hand and the second hand. Yeah. So keep an eye. When you see a young person with a watch on their wrist, they get it. They're getting this very quickly. Simple vehicles, not digital, analog wristwatches, not another computer. Keep monitoring everything about you and letting the whole world know about it, and people are selling your information to make money. Yeah, it's all going on, folks. So anyways, let's get out of that curb. Yeah, but that's where it is. That's the reality. That is, I just gave you a dose of reality. We're heading into the paradigm shift, which is going to be called digital era versus analog. Remember the industrial era versus what? And then we went from 8 tracks to cassettes to discs, DVDs, CDs, and that's all gone. Those are all paradigm shifts, friends. Whatever happened to all those people that, that were making analog music equipment? LPs are making a comeback. That's all that stuff that's coming back is history repeating itself. So there's going to be a war between the digital era and electronic era versus analog. And we'll have to wait and see. Today I have 2 Motormouth tech tips for you because of the heat. I wanted to just repeat yesterday's, which is number 25. Plan for the heat. Make sure you're packing an emergency kit that includes a lot of water, H2O. Niall Motormouth Jenkins here with a real talk reminder. Summer breakdowns happen. Keep an emergency kit, water, jumper cables, flashlight, a little first aid kit is always good to have. Maybe a snack or 2 that's not laced with chocolate. It ain't just prep. It's peace of mind, friends, on long, hot stretches of highway. So at number 26, get the funk out of your vents. If you're putting on your air conditioning and your AC smells like an old gym socks, it's probably mold and bacteria that's gotten into the cabin air filter area, as well as a little unit called your evaporator core. And I did a series not that long ago, back in June, on air conditioning. It was on the podcast here. I did a series of four pieces, tutorials, called the AC Air Conditioning Tutorial, part 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go looking for it. I give you all the skinny on vehicle air conditioning and why it smells and what it takes to fix that. So, somebody once said, just blast the fan and spray a little disinfectant into the air intake system, usually by the wipers, but we don't have that anymore. And then run the blower on high. Fresh air shouldn't make you wince. It fixes it quick, and then you can ride fresh. Not really true. There's a lot more to it than that to kill that stink and deal with it. So, and number 1 is learning how to use your vehicle's air conditioning properly. Prevents that from happening. Number 2, it is not a manufacturer's defect. It is not understanding the 5 things: what it is, where it is, how it works, and how it breaks, how you get up with that smell. So look in the podcast. You'll find them on our YouTube channel, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, or just go on the links on the homepage at ccbusnet.com. Look for AC Tutorial Parts 1, 2, 3, and 4, and listen to all of them. And I give you all the details completely as an AC tech myself. So I've done air conditioning for decades, and I give you all the tidbits that I can possibly muster. Okay, before I head out, giving you a little extra today on Fun Friday. That's okay. But here's the deal. I need your questions by noon, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for Motormouth's Morning Drive and the Q&A session. Drive safe. Enjoy your long holiday, civic weekend holiday. Have a nice holiday. And we'll see you back here Saturday morning, or if you're going to be away, Monday morning. But remember, you can always plug in to podcasts on your digital, hi-fi electronics and computerized automobile anytime, any platform. We'll see you in the next one. Keep it under 100. Happy, healthy motoring. Peace, patience, and kindness out there always, friends. And it's bye for now.